Thank you all so much for stopping by today. So, as I am waiting on the rain, um, I was trying to look around to see some of the tasks that I need to accomplish here in the garden this week. And while I am starting to feel like I'm coming to a point to where I could just like really just maintain it because I had to do a whole bunch of stuff, um, I'm waiting on the rain. But I walked by Pollinator Island and I want to give you all um, just a quick view of what's happening, but I also want to tell you what I have planned for this space right here. Now, I cut back this crepe myrtle because remember, last year I said I am not going to let this get big because it took some time trying to get those big branches. While it is a pretty plant, Chris cut it, but he didn't, it was kind of thick, so we didn't get the roots up. So I just keep cutting it back, and probably just me with a shovel is probably going to be really hard. But a lot of the butterfly bush has been blooming, and it's been lots of butterflies on here. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to deadhead. One of the things that I always say, that if you want continuous blooms, especially depending on the type of plant, you need to constantly be deadheading it. We have some, I think these are called white wand salvia that the pollinators actually love. So we're going to cut those back so we can get another flush of those. And then we put some bee balm here last season. They have been just blooming in different weeks. Like the one that is near the vegetable garden, that bloomed. It bloomed so pretty. Some of these have been blooming too, but they were a little bit later, and it looks like we still got a few more blooms that are going to come on. Now, what I did was I cleaned out one of the in-ground beds, but the cat mint, and I forgot, cat's pajamas, I think that's what it was called, it was kind of covering the yellow echinacea right here. So this was just a quick sporadic, let's move it somewhere, let's put it in Pollinator Island. We had to end up, or we did end up, getting another bird bath, which I got to clean out, and I got to give the birds some water and some food. But what happened is the old one had a crack. I tried to find just the top. I was going to keep the base. I tried to find just the top, and I just had hardly any luck getting one that's deep. This one wasn't as deep as the other one, but after just keep going, I went to a place that makes these right here, and it was so much cheaper than going to the garden center. So we're going to clean that out, and then we're going to put fresh water in there for the birds. Now, this is the big thing I want to tell y'all, that I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to do it until the fall time. So if you all have been with me for a while, this plant right here is just amazing. It's beautiful. And when it blooms, it's just in its prime. It is so pretty. And I went to a garden place. It was a garden nursery. And the guy had the variety that was just like a light lavender. And oh, I wanted to get it so bad and put it on the end. But I'm like, you see what it's doing now? That's not going to work, because then the butterfly bush right here won't have any place to grow. But it's really pretty. But it only blooms once a year. And now the Japanese beetles didn't bother these, so I'm not sure why I'm seeing a Japanese beetle on these. But anyway, we're just going to keep going. But what I will tell you is this black and blue salvia. Y'all got to look at this. Now I guess they won't leave my roses alone. They won't leave, what else? My hibiscus alone. It's some other things. They just won't leave stuff alone. And when I get them, I don't have my soapy water to just knock them in. Just very disrespectful. But let's get back to the black and blue salvia. When I bought this plant, and black and blue salvias, they do spread, but when I bought this plant, I think I only put two. And if I step back, and if you can see, it is starting to compete. So what I'm going to do in the fall, and the reason why I'm telling y'all I'm going to do it in the fall, because if I'm going to divide or separate plants, I either like to do it in the fall or the winter. Here in Georgia Zone A, it is very hot. It is very hot, and it's not to say that you can't do it, but it may stress that plant out too much to where it can't make it, because my intention, I don't know where I'm going to move them to at this time, because I have some more salvia that's in a pot that I've been thinking about putting in the rose garden. But even if you put it in the ground, you gotta constantly keep it watered. You can't let it dry out, and sometimes it can go through a phase of shock. And the same for a container. And y'all know with containers, I always say you have to be extra careful with those because they're dependent on you. They can't pull moisture from the ground. So that's why I'm gonna take this time to kind of think about where I could put it at. It's really a beautiful plant, the black and blue salvia, and it is a pollinator magnet when it blooms, but it does spread, and it's like these two plants are competing. Now, I don't plan on putting anything else in here except for I'm going to remulch everything and then get the grass that has grown in here, because in maybe like a year or two, this yellow echinacea is going to spread out, and then I'm going to cut this plant back. They have some beautiful red blooms. We're going to cut that back, and oftentimes I can get another bloom out of these coming into the fall. But I just wanted to give y'all like a quick update of what we're doing and what our plans are to do. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, but we're going to wait till fall because I'm going around so you could see like some of the black and blue salvia is intertwining with the false baptisia, and so I'm just like, I want to give this one, because it's so pretty, I want to give this like full attention, and then once I'll have that moved, this butterfly bush, they get about 2 feet in height, 2 feet in width, so I don't think that they will continue to grow. But you never know. Like I always tell people, sometimes you can look at the tag, but if the plant seriously likes where it's at, it may grow even bigger, especially if it's like a cultivar of another type. I've seen different types of plants that they say only get about 18 to 24 inches in height, and then if they really like it, they could be like 3 to 5 feet. So we're going to reline this as well, but I just want to keep y'all posted on what's going on with Pollinator Island. I still love this, and my intention when I planted it is once the plants get established, they're all perennials, that this bed would take care of itself, because I do not have any drip irrigation in this. The rain waters it, and then only if it's been like a super dry spell, which it has been. It seems like every time I leave the house, it's raining somewhere else. It's not too far up the road, but it just won't get here. I keep hearing the thunder. You may hear it in the back. The other day it was thundering, it was lightning, it got dark, the wind was blowing. 2 drops. And I know that when we do get rain, because it's scheduled all week, it is really going to like be good for this area, and it may send even more, like it may grow even more. So we're just going to keep it posted, but we're just going to do a little bit of maintenance. In this bed there were maybe 3 plants that I have lost since I planted this area up, but you really can't tell. And then if I do, I have some what I call standby plants as well. So if I see where some maybe could fit up front or something like that, I'll kind of put them in there. But I'm just really pleased with this bed, because the whole point of it was to have it specifically for the pollinators, so that they don't have a long way to fly to be able to get to my vegetable garden and go ahead and give me lots of fruits and vegetables. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you share this video with your family and your friends, and if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, tap that subscribe button. Make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.